this is something I've experienced on the internet way more than I've experienced it in real life. And again, I am very grateful to not have to deal with this because in general, I am surrounded by a very supportive community of people. And, you know, even in public places, like I said, I've had overwhelmingly good experiences, but online, there are the trolls and there are the jerks, and they're out there and they're telling you that you shouldn't be, you know, putting yourself out there the way you are. But again, my advice is you do you. If you're comfortable putting yourself out there, do it, and no one can say that you can't. And unfortunately, putting yourself out there in any capacity opens you up to criticism. And this is something I deal with being a YouTuber a lot. Like, people can comment terrible things on your videos, and to an extent, you can't pay attention to it too much, because if I let every negative comment that someone put on my videos get to me, I would be a miserable person. I have to recognize that there's also a lot of positive that comes out of it. Like, for every negative comment on my videos, there's probably also someone who messaged me and like thanked me for putting it out there and said they appreciated it. And it's really easy to let the negative things outweigh the good ones, just because we're all humans and we want to be happy and we want to be liked and we want to put our best foot forward, and people are just jerks. Some of them are trying to provoke you, some of them really believe that, which is even worse, honestly. But you kind of have to develop a bit of a thick skin when you're putting yourself out there in any capacity. Let it roll off your back. Just keep the negativity, push it away. Keep being you. Know that you're good enough. Know that no one's perfect. And I see a lot of people like engaging with these people and fighting the good fight, and I really respect that. The people who are not just attacking people, trying to educate them. And I'm not the kind of confrontational person who could deal with that, but I respect the people who are. That would like hurt my soul too much on a daily basis. So when I deal with this, like I said, I just kind of have to let it roll off my back, know that the people who say terrible things to me, try and make me unhappy, are probably vastly unhappy in their own lives, whatever. This brings me to a completely separate issue, like, excuse me, I'm just gonna rant. A huge part of this, I think, is that stigma of like the fake geek girl, and you know what I'm talking about if you're involved in like nerd culture in any way. I used to not be able to walk into a comic book store without people asking, oh, are you buying something for your boyfriend? Like, no, maybe I'm here for me. Like, and I have dealt with this a lot less recently, but it's something I still deal with all the time. This, because you are female, you inherently are less of a nerd and have to prove yourself. Like, you know, I could say I like Doctor Who and someone would say, oh, but you have to name all 12 doctors. Like, if they were talking to another, like, you know, male, someone they consider like on their level, they wouldn't ask them to do that. So that drives me insane, and that's a completely unrelated rant. But I feel like a lot of this slut shaming is just another way to kind of demean women who put themselves out there and like perpetuate that fake geek stereotype, and like women aren't really into this. And like, maybe the reason that women don't like to put themselves out there is because they get that kind of backlash. Just my 2 cents. I deal with it a lot and I'm really angry about it, like in my soul, but I just try not to dwell on these things too much, because if I dwell on the negative things in my life, I would not be able to appreciate all the wonderful things that I do have. So let's keep going.